Hello collectors, I'm Logan and welcome to Find Some Freddy's Secret of the Mimic Bingo! Everyone seemed to enjoy the FNAF 2 movie bingo that I did, so I thought I should definitely do one that is going to be coming out in like a week or two. I will be using this bingo card in the live stream, so let's go ahead and just get right into it and see what we got. So, starting off really strong here, a Ruin continuation. So, like, usually when FNAF creates a story plot, there's a very good chance that it will never get resolved. But I feel like a continuation of Ruin would just make the most sense. Like, we're gonna see the Mimic again, maybe even the history of the Mimic. Like, we'll see, like, once we beat the game and, like, retrieve the Mimic, I guess, we'll see, like, 10 years later, 20 years later, 30 years later, we'll see, like, the history of the Mimic, like, being moved from place to place until it finally ends up in Ruin. That's kind of just hopeful thinking. I don't really know if they're going to do that, because that's quite a bit of effort, so they'll probably just do, like, a quick, like, here's the Mimic holding, like, the fucking Faz wrench or something, like, I don't know, or, like, Gregory's radio, or, like, maybe talking to Cassie. I hope they would do a continuation after the ending of Ruin, not, like, before Ruin began, because that would kind of suck. But yeah, that is the Ruin continuation. Next we will see the previous employees die. So, in the second VHS, we heard people talking in the background, and it sounded like they were panicking and freaking out because something was holding onto their leg. So, I feel like we're gonna get as like a tutorial, a quick section where we play as the previous employees, and they're going to, we're gonna see them all die one by one. And, like, we'll hear the Mimic, like, mimic one of the employees' voices and be like, come here, I'm fine, it's gone now. Like, full on, like, the
Pumpkin Rabbit from Martin Wallace's Vault Files.
I would really love to see people, and, like, there is people stuffed into suits in the trailer, we see that. So there is a very big chance that we're going to be seeing, at least seeing the remnants of those employees die. So, the only way I will count this is if we actually see them die. If we see dead bodies, I don't think I'll count it, but again, I'm using this bingo card in a live stream, so if you guys think otherwise, then by all means let me know. But for me personally, I would love to see a section of them playing as them, and then we see them die. It would open up really well for the game. It would set the game's tone and atmosphere immediately. So I think that would be the best direction to go with, like, the employees, the previous employees anyway. Next one we will see the Glitch Trap suit. So, obviously in Help Wanted, it is revealed that that Glitch Trap is the Mimic. Sorry, After Believers, co-parter, but so we figure out that Glitch Trap is the Mimic. So, the Mimic obviously had to have seen this suit at some point, so that he could mimic it in Help Wanted. Where did he see it at? Obviously somewhere in Fredbear's Family Diner when it was a suit. But I feel like the suit, of course, was made in Murray's Costume Manor, which is the game that Secret of the Mimic takes place in. Of course, the design of the Glitch Trap suit is stitched up. It looks more like a costume than an animatronic. So it definitely had to be made at Murray's Costume Manor. So that suit had to have been seen by Mimic at some point, and I feel like it's going to be seen at Murray's Costume Manor, or at least, like, we see it being built in progress. So like we'll see, like, remnants of it. Maybe, like, we'll see, like, the head of it, the body of it somewhere else, you know what I'm saying? I feel like we're going to be seeing that inside of Murray's Costume Manor at some point. Moving on. This one's kind of obvious to me. Some reference to William or Henry. Now, I feel like this is, like, they have to do this. It's interesting to I actually quickly want to talk about that. It's really interesting to hear about, because this game takes place in 1979. It says Freddy Fazbear's Pizza is coming soon. We've seen little posters and adverts of that. We've also seen Fredbear's Family Diner posters, which implies that the place is open. Now, I feel like a lot of people are forgetting the fact that we don't know a date when Fredbear's Family Diner opened, I believe. You can correct me if I'm wrong on that. Again, I am not very involved with the lore, so this is kind of like a theory that I've shot in the dark. But I feel like Fredbear's Family Diner has been open for quite some time now. Like, there's no, like, coming soon Fredbear's Family Diner posters. There's coming soon Freddy Fazbear's Pizza posters, but not Fredbear's Family Diner. So I feel like maybe Fredbear's is already open, and William and Henry are already managing the place. And of course, I mean, like, Fazbear Entertainment is already a corporate entity. So, like, it makes sense if Fredbear's Family Diner is open right now, right? I mean, that's why like the glitch troop, the fuck? That's why the glitch trap suit exists, and that's why it will hopefully be seen in Secret of the Mimic for the Mimic to mimic. And like we'll see like suits of, you know, Fredbear and glitch trap, and we'll also maybe even see like the beginnings of Fredbear and Spring Bonnie somewhere. I don't know, maybe, but like, but going back to the topic at hand here, William and Henry are a very big part of the lore. 1979 is the earliest game we have in the timeline, so seeing them get their footing up, figuring out how Fredbear's exist, how Freddy Fazbear's Pizza exists, their relationship with Edwin, like, all of it's gonna go back to Henry and William. So there has to be some kind of reference. I would hope that we maybe even play as Henry or William. I doubt we will, but like, I think that we need to be able to see William and Henry at some point in this game, whether it be a letter, a voice call, actually seeing them in person, like one of those. But moving on to the next one, we see all the VHS creations. Now, I am recording this a day after Daco's live stream, where he showed off that we can pet the little Cleanovac from the VHS trailer. Now, I made this bingo card before that, so I changed the rules a little bit. I need to see all of the VHS creations. We've now seen the Cleanovac, but I need to see the Murray's Magic Coat Rack. I also need to see the fucking what's it called? Stay Up Latte, the coffee machine. That's what it was. Yeah, so I need to see the Stay Up Latte coffee machine, Murray's Magic Coat Rack, but now we've seen the Cleanovac. So I just need to see those two, which I feel like is going to happen because they are very easy to model. Even if they don't have a model for yet, they'd be very easy to model and quickly throw in there as a reference. Pretty simple one. We will see all the VHS creations. Good character pathing. Now, this is sort of a dig at Steel Wool, but I have confidence. So obviously in Security Breach, the character's AI pathing is pretty garbage. Like you could easily, if you hopped up on another object, you could just easily lose them. Another bingo I wish I could put on there is they removed the jump button. I feel like we're not gonna be able to jump. I'm just saying. I feel like there's gonna be no jump button. Yeah, if you could just jump up on a table in Security Breach, the characters would immediately lose you. But also, they didn't really have good pathing in general. Like, you could easily outrun them. You can easily outloop them. Like, it was super easy just to run around and finish it. And also in Ruin, the characters didn't have bad AI pathing. They just weren't really threats. They were just super slow. So I feel like, of course, in this game, they have definitely learned their lesson, and they're going to actually provide some good character pathing. So yeah, again, this is sort of a dig, but I have confidence that they have improved and they have fixed a lot of that issue. Moving on, getting genuinely scared. Now, of course, I'm going to count this, during my live stream. If I get genuinely scared during my live stream, then I'm going to count it. I want to feel anxious. I want to feel the build up to like the scare. Maybe there's not even a scare at all. Like I'm going to feel like this build up, the slow build up, build until I get scared. You know what I'm saying? Like a proper horror game should. It should feed on that anxiety, on that fear. And so far, from everything that we've seen, it's very claustrophobic, which is a big, phobia of mine. So FNAF games don't really scare me anymore. Even if they really try, they do not scare me that much anymore. So yeah, well, I hope I do get genuinely scared, and you'll be able to see my reaction live, so you'll be able to count that for me. Next one, Maestro Music Man's theme will be a banger. So if you guys don't know who Maestro Music Man is, he is this Music Man from the Secret of the Mimic trailer. Of course, Steel Wool have hired the right people to create really good themes, and DJ Music Man's theme was absolutely a banger back in Security Breach, and I have no doubt they will get the same people to do Maestro Music Man's theme. And I cannot wait to get hunted down by that guy while hearing Beethoven music in the background as I'm being horribly chased by a giant steampunk spider. But yeah, a pretty simple one, but a one that I really want to be a thing. Next one, invisible wall. We all know Steel Wool loves their invisible walls. So during Daco's interview with Steel Wool Studios, they did say that this game is going to be very linear. But not as linear as Ruin. So that means we're gonna have a lot more exploration elements, but I 100% guarantee there's going to be invisible walls. Now, if they can cleverly hide the invisible walls, like there's a gate boarded up or something, I don't know, then I might not count it, but I also might count it. I might leave that one again up to you guys, depending on how many invisible walls there are. Yeah, I'll leave that one up to you guys. Next one we have is one that I know that you're all gonna hate. We never know who we play as. Now, as I was talking about with the ruined continuation thing, Five Nights at Freddy's has a very specific storytelling element where, again, they open plot threads and then never close them. So there's a very big chance that we never know who we play as, and they'll just never say it. And I have almost confidence that they won't say who we're playing as. Scott just has that kind of storytelling element where he just wants to leave things a mystery and never explain them, which is really irritating, but that's just kind of how his storytelling is. I mean, as much as I would love for the character we're playing as to be like Henry, which is my personal guess, I just don't know. I just feel like we are not going to get a definitive answer on who we play as. Moving on, we have a ref to Jackie's box. I don't see it happening. I'll be so real. I do not see it happening. I don't know how they can do it, but I will say, in one of the in the Murray's Magic Coat Rack VHS, there was a certain scene with a very interesting hat, which looked very similar to Mr. Detective Edwin over here in Jackie's box. I mean, I don't know how else they could really throw it in. Like, there's no way they can put in the entire song. Like, maybe if, like, at the end of the game, they're like, we see Edwin Murray, like, who's not missing anymore. He's like, my name is Edwin, and I made the mimic. And then, like, the mimic comes in, he's like, it was difficult to put the pieces together. Yeah, I don't know how they would do a Jackie's box reference, but, like, in the very beginning of Secret of the Mimic, Jackie's box is doing most of the advertising. Like, I know most of my friends who didn't know about the game until Jackie's box. Like, I don't know, and I hope we do. I hope we do see some kind of reference to Jackie's box. Delta said that it'd be his favorite FNAF game if that happens. And honestly, I think it would be for me too. Moving on to the next one, we have a glimpse of the future main 4. This one was actually one that my girlfriend put on there for me. So thank you, Luna. For this one, she wanted to see some kind of blueprint, some kind of... Yeah, so like we've already seen like the poster of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza coming soon with Freddy, Bonnie, and Chica. She's not counting that. She wants to see like their suits, their parts, something. I don't believe we're going to see full-on animatronics. It's only 1979. I feel like we will see like the glitch trap suit. Like we might see like full-on costumes that people are going to wear. I doubt that we'll see animatronics, but I could absolutely see like just hidden around the location like that as like Easter eggs. So yeah, I feel like we're gonna see that as like the future main 4. Even like a golden Freddy suit too would be kind of interesting. But yeah, anyway, moving on. The building will burn down. Free space. But like, come on, I'm not wrong on this. But 3 FNAF games have ended in like a complete fire. At the very end of most VHS tapes, you see the VHS tape like burning up. So like, I don't know, it just feels kind of obvious to me that they're gonna like do a whole burning down building ending. Even if it isn't like the canon ending, I still feel like it's gonna be an ending. I hope it's not the canon one though. If it isn't the canon one, then fine, like whatever. But I just feel like we're gonna, I feel like we're gonna see like the whole place burning down. Moving on to the next one, we have Mexis will be explained. So of course, Mexis from Ruin, he's that little security rabbit that Gregory and Vanessa, I guess, hooked up. But obviously in Help Wanted 2, we see Mexis go into a van and get driven off. So obviously Mexis is going to be somewhere in this game. And of course, MXES is a very closely guarded secret, what the acronym means. I know John from Steel Wool was trying to ask about that. Of course, they just said it was a secret, and they can't say what it is yet. But they purposely made the machine look very old. So obviously, it came from 1979, Murray's Costume Manor. So Murray probably made it for the Mimic. And the M probably stands for Murray. I'm not sure what the XES would stand for, though. But yeah, I think the M stands for Murray, and I think we will be seeing, of course, we have to be seeing Mexis inside this game somewhere. As like a little Easter egg, or as part of like the actual story itself. It's completely unknown. They haven't really talked a whole lot about Mexis. We haven't really seen a whole lot of Mexis in like the trailers. There was some very similar looking machinery in one of the offices of Secret of the Mimic in one of the teasers. That looked very similar to Mexis. So that's probably a good sign of like, hey, Mexis is a lot more important than we think he is. So yeah, moving on to the next one though. I have the Sun and Moon Return. Now, this was a one that, again, kind of stretchy, kind of out there, but I could see it happening because We've already seen our versions of the staff bots. We've already seen our version of like the caution bots. We have like the Cleanovac. We've seen Maestro Music Man. We've seen versions of Monty from what it looks like. So how much you want to bet that Fazbear Entertainment also stole Sun and Moon? Now the Sun and Moon have a very like Scarecrow-esque feel, especially in Help 1 and 2. The Jacko Moon variant that looks very similar to like just a straight costume. So I bet that we'll be seeing some kind of reference to Sun and Moon. Also, Kellen Goff is clearly back in this game as a voice actor. Maybe he is voicing these returns of Sun and Moon. I don't know if Kellen will be voicing, I don't know, like Jackie or something. But like, I could absolutely see Sun and Moon being another idea that Fazbear Entertainment stole from Murray. And now, of course, they end up in Security Breach. So yeah, that's all the evidence I have for it, though. So, hey. Also, hey, that goes back to that building burning down. How the carousel at the end of the Jacko minigame was burning down as well. So that's even more evidence to support that the building will burn down, and also more evidence to support that Sun and Moon will be returning as well. But we'll see, though. I'm sure Steel will like to make some people happy with that one. So next one I have right now is the creation of Fredbear. So I believe that like I already said earlier, that Fredbears probably already exist by this point, but I feel like we will actually see the full-on creation from start to maybe even finish 1983, the bite. I doubt it, but like I would love to see the actual build-up of Fredbears again. Like maybe like that goes back to the reference of William or Henry, like they are emailing or talking to Edwin back and forth about like ideas, trying to figure out what they want to do. Actually, maybe getting prototypes of, like the animatronics figured out would be really sick. So I hope we also see that. But I would love to see something to do with Fredbears, because this is our earliest game in the timeline. We thought it was Fredbear's Family Diner, and it still is. But in terms of Fazbear Entertainment, Fredbear's Family Diner comes first in the Fazbear Entertainment timeline of events. But in terms of the FNAF 4, we now have Secret of Mimic to fill in that maybe origin gap that we are missing. Moving on to the next one, I want to see a lot of collectibles for obvious reasons. But like, Steel Wool have always been really good with doing collectibles in games, even when it was Security Breach and they were kind of mid, but like there's still a lot of collectibles. We also had, of course, Help 1 Wanted 2. Every game that they have made so far has had some kind of collectible in it that you can get, and that is really amazing to me. I really want to see a lot of collectibles, whether it be like maybe like notes, letters, old toys, action figures, newspaper clippings, like actually like bits of like the lore. That'd be kind of cool. I want to see a lot of collectibles, and I want to be able to play through the game again. I need to see replayability, Steel Wool. I need to see it. Help 1 and Help 1 2 both have that amazing replayability quality. Security Breach definitely is but and of course Help 1 and 2 is like filling out the entire room in that game. Moving on to the next one, at least 3 different endings. That's kind of a given for me. Every FNAF game since 3, I think, has had at least more than one ending. Obviously with Steel Wool, we had Help Wanted, which had, would you say Help Wanted had 2 different endings? Ignore that voice crack. Sorta. Yeah, I'd say Help Wanted had more than one ending. Security Breach definitely had more than one ending. Ruin had 3 endings. Help Wanted 2 definitely has more than one ending now. Another FNAF and Steel Wool guarantee that we're going to see at least 3 different endings. Of course, one of them being canon than the rest. Moving on, next one. Blood. Even a single small splat of blood. Please. This game is rated for teen for violence, not fantasy violence this time. So I hope we just see a small, it doesn't have to be that big. It could be like a paper cut and I'd count it. Just a small smat of blood, please. I don't know why FNAF is allergic to blood. But hey, Dead by Daylight was fucking awesome, and that had blood in it, so maybe Scott is actually starting to step up his game and realize that FNAF shouldn't be for children. But, you know, it's Scott, so we'll see. Just one small spot. Just one. That's all I want. Just one. Next, Out of Bounds glitch. Now, this is not a dig towards Steel Wool. This happens with any free roam game. Doesn't matter if you looked at every wall or not, you will miss a wall guaranteed. Somebody will find a way to get out of bounds. It's just how it's going to be. Again, this is not a dig at Steel Wool. This is just something that I think is going to happen, and Out of Bounds glitch just makes the most sense to me. This one's kind of a big one to me. There will be more than one Mimic. Now I know, put your pitchforks down, but I can see it. It seems like Murray is putting this mimic tech into a lot of things. You know, the stay up latte, the coat rack. There's bits of the mimic that exist in other things. So I feel like we will have like Mimic 1 and then like Mimic 2. You know, it'll be like a twist reveal or something like that. I don't know. Now that I'm saying it out loud, it does feel kind of like, maybe not. But like, I don't know. I could just see Steel Wool and Scott like creating a second Mimic, or maybe even like they're like the Mimic's like shattered and like the Mimic is like pieces of a full thing. But nah, that kind of sounds ridiculous. But again, one of the stretchier ones, but if we hear that like we have like a Mimic 1, Mimic 2, then I'm gonna count it. Next one we got, the Shred Bot will be a community favorite. Now, of course, in the trailer we saw the little Shredder Bot. For people who went to the PAX West demo, of course they saw the Shred Bot and they got a good up close personal talk with him. So yeah, the Shred Bot. Of course, Mapbot was a community favorite. Everyone loved Mapbot. He was like easily the best part of Security Breach. So I feel like the Shred Bot is definitely like the continuation of Mapbot and the staff bots from Security Breach. Obviously, I believe we would get a nice little people will start to love Shredbot. Moving on to the next one, we have 8-bit minigames. So Steel Wool has also been really good with putting in 8-bit minigames like arcade machines. Maybe we'll see like Atari-esque minigames, or maybe like really like we get like Pong. Just like really simple 8-bit minigames. Maybe that will also be like a part of the collectibles. But I would love to see some playable 8-bit minigames. Again, they do really well with like side minigames. Like again, Help 1 and Help 1 and 2 are really prime examples of that. Security Breach did of course have, you know, Monty Golf and like, you know, Balloon Boys Air Adventure and a couple others. I hope we see some minigames in Secret Mimic as well. Next thing we have is like kind of a niche one, but the Steel Wool Sheep. So in Help 1 and 2, we obviously saw the robotic Steel Wool Sheep. And I was thinking that they were going to like put that in the background somewhere, not really as like a lore relevant thing, just kind of like a, hey, there's a sheep there and it's from our, you know, it's our logo, so we decided to put it in there. A lot of game devs do that. They put in a little secret of their own dev studio. It's just kind of a thing that game studios do, and of course they did it with Help 1 and 2, so I don't doubt that we'll see like a cardboard cutout of that little sheep again. Finally, the final bingo space I have is the game has a smooth launch. Security Breach, again, was probably the roughest launch that they've had. Now, since then, they've done a really good job with getting testers out there and actually playing the game before it comes out. Of course, they have people like The Regular Sauce and DJ Sturf on the case with Secret Mimic actually playing it. So I have confidence in Steel Wool that they will actually, this game will actually have a very smooth launch. There will be very few bugs. And I really hope for that. I just don't know though. But of course, we will have to find that out when I live stream the game on June 13th. Here in, as I'm recording this, it is June 1st. So also, happy Pride Month, everybody out there who may be a part of the LGBTQ community. So I really hope you all enjoyed this video. There's still one more VHS left until we get the full release of the game. I'm also going to be doing a follow-up video talking about the pictures and the teasers that Daco provided. Just as like a final like get excited video. So yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this video of Secret Mimic Bingo. If you liked it, please subscribe, like the video, let me know if you enjoyed this, and I will definitely be doing more of these in the future when future FNAF games come out. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you all on June 13th. Goodbye, collectors.